we've been chanting Om Mani Padme Hum every session. I remember about 3 years ago, a couple came from China, and he wanted to see me, and he would like to listen to some, in privacy, some Buddhist lectures and answer some of their questions. The husband told me that they already learned some mantras in China. And I said, well, which mantra? He said the Om Mani Padme Hum. Well, that's the mantra. And since I had been chanting it, it's very good to me, to my family. So I started to like Buddhism. So when I listened to him attentively, how he chant, you know how he chant? Om Mani coming home, Om Mani coming home, Om Mani coming home. Money coming home. But he knows a little bit of English. Well, he said, yeah, everybody wants wealth, and when I chant this, Om Mani coming home, Om Mani coming home, it's easy to remember. It's easy to remember, and it's effective. So I started explaining to him, oh no, it's Om Mani Padme Hum. And it's not Om Mani coming home. So he started to know, to learn about money as precious stone, and learn about the senses, how not to attach, how to get away from craving and aversion, how to let go of attachment. So, but it's been effective for him in making money. Because every time he wants to make some business, he said, oh, I got to make it. Money coming home. Got money coming home. Anyway, any other questions? So there are 2 questions in here. Don't chant it in that way, Om Mani coming home. It's Om Mani Padme Hum. Does this temple have any other English-speaking meditation or Dharma teaching besides Saturday mornings? So you get fed up with the Saturday morning ones. So you want Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No. Up to now, we only have the Saturday ones. Other days, now we're still in the process of growing, and we've been here for 30 years, and we put a lot of emphasis on the hardware. We build temples, a lot of work has been done, the garden and all that, and the software has been more or less like what we have, and we are planning to improve on the hardware, what we already got. We'd like to improve on the software, which is more meditation, more teaching, and more studies. And we plan to set up a small little academy. We call it the International Buddhist Academy. Maybe we invite some lecturers to come and like teaching Sanskrit course, Pali course, and we'll still have to plan on it in many ways, financially and facility-wise. Financially is when you hire someone, you got to pay the money because some of these teachers, I know they're retired teachers from other universities that who can teach Sanskrit and Pali, but they're not monks. They maybe they want an honorarium for what they're not giving out free. Most of these people, they are academic people. Academics may not emphasize on the practice. As a matter of fact, academics of Buddhism may be Christians. I mean, they just treat it as a philosophy. They don't treat it as a practice, a way of life. So right now we don't have anything except on Saturday. And also I've been quite busy. I plan to lecture on the Amitabha Buddha Sutra and the Baisāja Guru Vaiduraya Sutra. You know Baisāja Guru Vaiduraya? Buddha Medicine Sutra and Amitabha Sutra, and maybe to give a lectures on Madhyamaka Karika, maybe a chapter on Madhyamaka Karika. But I've been so busy. In the future, if we have more monks in here, then I can delegate my work to them, maybe I'm more free to do. Actually, I'm more of an academic person than a manager, but I got no choice. We don't have managers. A true executive manager in here. We have so many managers in here, but there isn't one that's really can oversee everything. So in the future, we will set up something like this. Why do we think this way? It's better to give. It's more blissful to give than to receive. It's easy to say, give me more courses, give me more practices, give me more books, give me more tapes, give me more discs. Can you help in making it happen? Don't ask for it. Try to make it happen. How do we make it happen? There's so many ways. When we need volunteers, there are volunteers. When we need people to do this, when we need people to tend to the garden, we don't have enough manpower, you come. When we want something sweeping the floor, you come. When we want volunteers, you won't say no, then it's easier to work. This morning when I was meditating, we didn't have the windows. The windows were taken down. And wouldn't it be nice if we have a retreat at an ocean front with mountains behind it? How do we make it happen? It's difficult to make it happen. But who knows? Maybe one day we can. Then we need a lot of volunteers, because this temple is getting more and more tourists in here. We can give lectures in here. This temple is good for teaching the Dharma, for accepting people in here, for making the Buddhist teaching more popular and more accessible. But for those who really want to retreat to a certain area and want to be the Sravakas who meditate and first level Srupana, Anagamin, up to Arahat, it's better to be in a retreat, remote area where you don't see anybody. But there's no radio, no TV, no internet, no email, nothing like that. But can you stand it? You can stand it for a month. Can you stand without those mass communication? I experience a lot of these things. When people come to this temple, people who live here also, in the first month they come and say, oh, the food is fantastic. And they go in the second month, third month, after the 6th month, they get sick of the food. Because they had it every day. It's not new. It's not novel anymore. Maybe the first month in the retreat, I didn't like it. I could listen to the water, the wave coming up, and I can listen to the birds. It's so quiet. But after a while, it's terrible. Too quiet. Next question. Venerable, are there any traditions at a temple when we could bring pets to have for blessings on the ceremony? I have a dog who is very spiritual. Did it impress you why you come? You become spiritual because the dog becomes spiritual? But anyway, we have dogs and a rat in Hong Kong. The last time I was in Hong Kong, we are carrying out the 3 refuges ceremonies, taking refuge under the Buddha, the Sangha, and the Dhamma. I have 2 rabbits, 1 dog, 2 rabbits, 3 animals on site coming here for receiving the 3 refuges ceremony. So you can bring your dog and arrange for taking the 3 refuges ceremony. No one can stop you from doing that. We could do it that way. It happened in Hong Kong. 2 rabbits, very tame rabbits, and a dog too. Yeah.
The dog doesn't eat meat.
Huh?
The dog doesn't eat flesh.
Oh, he doesn't eat the meat. Do you train him not to eat meat, or he just stay away from it?
Vegetarian.
He's vegetarian. Is it you train him to be a vegetarian, or he just naturally become vegetarian?
I researched it. I wasn't sure if it was good for the animal, and I found that it was, and I talked to some people, and I made the decision because that's how I eat.
Yes, vegetarian. That's good. I received an email about a year ago. A temple has a cat, and that cat is a vegetarian. And that cat is living in a temple, and some visitors want to test out a cat and give him some fish to eat, and the cat refused it. Yeah, refused good fish, good fresh fruit, fry, both sides fried and some salt and very, very tasty. But the cat just walked away. He does not want to eat meat. No fish, nothing, just vegetables. I've been here for 30 years. I've seen a lot of changes. When I first started out 30 years ago, I have many seniors upstairs. And at that time, they were 70s, and none of them left anymore after 30 years. So come and go, come and go. And finally, I have to go too. It's transient. Don't be egoistic. Get onto the spiritual emancipation, liberation. If you can arrive at the first level of Sotapanna, you're out from reincarnation. You only come back 7 times. And then you're permanently away from reincarnation. No more chain, no more paticca samuppada. If you achieve the second level, Sakridagarmin, you only come back 1 time as reincarnation. If you achieve the Anagarmin, you're not here anymore. You're in another world until you become the Arahant. What is important is you really have to let go of your ego. I think one of the easier ways to learn that is to learn the 4 contemplations. You have to remember the 4 contemplations, a very important practice to detach yourself from reincarnation. The 4 contemplations: contemplation of the body, contemplation of the mind, contemplation of the feelings of mind, and contemplation of the Dharma. Maybe one day we have to give a detailed lecture like this, the Diamond Sutra, on each item of the contemplations. Impurity contemplations. One of the most important items in contemplation of the body is impurity contemplations, which is to get rid of the sensuous feeling in our mind. It's just the beginning for us. Don't think that you're already in advanced. I am in elementary. It's just the beginning of our learning process. After 10 years, right? After 10, it's just the beginning. Isn't it disappointing to say this is just the beginning? Yeah. Some of us been here for 8 years. Huh? I know Judy's been here for a number of years. Close to 8 years? More than 8 years. Yeah. We're getting younger and younger. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for today.